So this is the soil that I have left from doing all my renovations. I keep it down here. So I have an idea for a little project I want to do yet this winter, so I need to get some soil. I definitely haven't been in the shed for a while. Everything still looks intact and good at this point. It's freaking cold in here though. This is the last of my original sissy grass from the front yard. I don't have much left there. And then we'll go with some Midnight Kentucky Blue. Still muddy, has that nice Iowa soil smell to it, I'll tell you that. So I'm going to start with what I have left here of sissy grass. This is my SS 9000 mixture. Been using this in my front yard for a few years. So I need a control, Kentucky bluegrass, and maybe some Bermuda if I can get that going enough. And then this sand one I'm just going to do with perennial ryegrass as well. So I'm just going to sprinkle some on here, try to spread that out a little bit, and then sort of just lightly put it into the soil so we have really good seed to soil contact. I'm going to do the exact same thing with all these other ones, and like I said, this one's going to be Kentucky bluegrass. This one I'm gonna put some Bermuda seed in there, and I don't really anticipate probably that it's going to do very well because the soil is not warm enough, and it's not warm enough really in my house, but just kind of an experiment I'd like to try. Okay, so here's where we're at right now. This is 7 days after I seeded, and you can see the ryegrass here is growing up like crazy. It's very tall. The one with the sand or there is also doing fairly well. My Bermuda has not done a single thing. I don't believe it's warm enough, which I'm not surprised about. And my bluegrass is also lagging behind, except for this one little piece of ryegrass that is in there right now. But I'm doing a time lapse right now on that bluegrass one as it grows up. As the last couple days I've started to see them, and today they're growing a little bit more. So now I need to actually put some fertilizer on these or whatever I'm going to apply. I'm gonna kind of do a mixture of things, and that's what I'm gonna do today. You didn't think I was actually going to measure all that on my kitchen counter, did you? So I filled this thing up with 16 ounces of water, and with the help of Mr. Matt Martin himself, the grass factor, kind of figured out how much I needed, which is a very small amount. So I'm going to put 1 ounce of this into this mixture, and then I'm only going to need 5 milliliters, which is a teaspoon But I think I'm just going to spray about 5 sprays onto the actual grass that's growing. Just try it that way and see what happens. Getting an ounce in here is gonna be interesting. Looks pretty close. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is have my control back there, which means I'm not going to apply anything to that one. This one right here, I will do the lawn food that I have mixed up, and I think I'm going to also do that to the sand one, maybe overdose the sand one slightly more than just spraying it. I don't know. That one back there is going to get the liquid starter fertilizer, and this one right here is just going to get the soil hume, which has kelp in it, and then see how it does for root growth without any NPK on it. So like I said, I'm just going to basically spray this thing a small amount. That was obviously not much at all, but it's just kind of wetting the soil and onto the leaves of the grass. So that's basically what I want. Alright, so that one is done for now. And then I'm going to spray the same thing on the sand. And this one, I'm going to spray a little heavier. So this is day 12 today, and I did do one slight cut. I'm going to do another cut just using the scissors. So as expected, the liquid fertilizer one is showing the most growth and the most kind of thickness to it so far. The rest of the other ones are fairly even at this point, I would say. I do have a couple of tiny little things of Bermuda coming up. It took a long time because it's really not warm enough in my room here. And the sand one, surprisingly, is not drying out nearly as much as I expected it would be. Honestly, it's staying pretty much almost the same as my other soil. So it's kind of interesting to see, but I'm going to give these all a little trim today. Kind of just been going off of the 1/3 rule, so cutting off about a 1/3 of the leaf. And I might cut this one all the way kind of really short and try to get that going shorter. So that's my plan with that.